everybody, how's it going? Frank here for the Bakersfield Gentleman with my brother Miguel, and we are here in Wasp Nest Video Studio on the Bakersfield Gentleman set doing a review today for a cigar that we've enjoyed a lot over the past year or so.
Oh yeah.
Had a chance to meet the owner of the company. Has become a really good friend, helped us out with a lot of stuff, so we figured, hey, he's releasing a new cigar at IPCPR or around then, so let's do a review for one of his cigars that we've done before and had not had a chance to do a proper review for just yet. So we're gonna get into it, you guys. As you can tell by my shirt, it's probably already giving it away, and the watch, I always wear this watch and shirt combo when we have the cigar, kind of a tradition for me. So without further ado, obviously today's cigar is a Sinistro Mr. Red. And this cigar is made in their Dominican Republic factory. It has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper with Dominican, United States, and Nicaraguan filler, and the binder comes from Ecuador.
Very nice. All right, I'm gonna write all that down real quick.
Okay.
So this is Dominican Republic. You keep going, don't worry.
Okay. We are doing a proper review today, guys. This will be our very first review where we're giving an overall numbered score. As you know, Cigar Aficionado and several other places do it off of 100-point scale. We are going to be following a very similar scale where it's an overall 100 points off the cigar tasting sheet, which you guys can find on cigarinspector.com. They have a little template you can print out. This is what it looks like. It gives you guys an area to put all the information about the background of the cigar, you know, the filler, binder, wrapper, the factory it was made, the time of day you're smoking it, where you purchased it, what you purchased it for, and then it gets into the appearance of the cigar, followed by the cold draw, smell, first, second, third overall, and then construction, and any final overall thoughts and strength at the bottom. Very cool. I like this a lot. It also has a little chart here. If you have any questions on what color it is, you can kind of do one of these numbers and do that. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. Oh, and also, if you don't know what size it is, it has a little ruler right there.
Yeah, this one is a 5 1/4 inch, as I'm measuring out here. And I love this, by the way, the appearance chart right here.
Yes.
It gives you the actual color names. Like they have the double Claro, the Colorado Claro, Colorado Maduro, and Oscuro, which is basically the whole color spectrum of most cigars. I can't honestly think of any that aren't on there right now.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
That's perfect.
So let's go, Miguel. We've done all the origin stuff. Yeah. Let's start off with the appearance.
So I'm gonna go. That's a Maduro. I'm saying that's got to be that color.
Really? You went that dark? Oh, I was saying Colorado Claro.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's super light in my opinion. I think that's quite dark. All right, so difference of opinions already. Someone's right and someone's obviously wrong, but you know, whatever.
But then again, you guys, people do perceive color differently. So what might be, you know, a Maduro for you could be a Colorado for someone else. There's no right or wrong answer because, you know, these are your guys' opinions and what you feel the cigar should be. So please do not feel bad, you know, if your guys' interpretation of a color or a flavor or a scent varies from someone else's. That's the beautiful thing about cigars. They're completely subjective. It's not, this is it, it's only this and nothing else.
Absolutely.
So that's the great thing about what we get to do.
Definitely. All right, and I'm sorry, can you hit me with the binder again real quick?
Yeah, the binder is Ecuadorian.
Ecuadorian, okay.
The wrapper itself is very rustic looking. What I consider rustic looking is, you know, it has some bumps and some veins to it. Not at all an issue for me. I will say up front that my very favorite wrapper appearance is, and you're gonna get irritated with this, is the Oliva Serie V Milanio. It is absolutely slick and oily. It is a beautiful wrapper leaf. That is for the traditional, you know, super slick, super oily for me in my opinion. This on the other hand is more, again, rustic looking, and it has a little bit more tooth to it, but it is still very oily and very nice looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down.
Rustic is definitely a good word for it, I would say. I actually added, because it just said appearance and comments, I put the smell down there too, but then right below it, in flavor, it has smell of the unlit cigar. So I can add that word I like about it.
Oh, absolutely.
What would you give that smell? That's like a wood smell to it.
It has a sweet wood smell.
Yeah, like I was just like cherries and wood.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write that down as well.
Excellent. I love that smell. Cherries / wood. All right, and then we need to bless you. Bless you. too good of a smell.
Too good of a
It makes
smell.
you sneeze. I'm gonna give this a cut. We have our perfect cutter here. And look at that, it was perfect. Can't believe it.
And I do like to kind of just brush off a little bit of the excess tobacco here so you're not getting those little pieces in your mouth.
I'm a little bit of like a peppery spice and a little sweetness though. And that cold draw.
I'm getting dried fruit.
That's a good way to describe the sweetness. I think dried fruit is a good word for that, or words.
But it's a very nice draw. It's a very open draw. Not any amount of resistance that you have to worry about. So it's a very open draw.
Definitely. So I'm gonna put that down here under construction because they have a spot for that as well. Open draw. Obviously can't go into burn or ash just yet, but that's
Correct.
okay. Strength either, for that matter. I mean, we know what the company rates it, but again, as Frankie was pointing out, to each their own. What's really strong for me might actually just be medium to you. What's light for me might be something heavier for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and just toast the foot with some matches here.
All right, I mean, 'cause I don't.
I do not want to burn my fingers again.
Mind passing the matches in between though before you. Yeah, I want to grab some of those guys. Excellent work. Keep in mind, folks, we have the full studio going today, which is awesome. So if you hear people in the background, which I don't, I can't hear anything. Need 2 matches today. Not gonna win any long ash contests with this one.
Yeah. I always like to use 2 or 3 matches when I'm using a match. I like to give it a good toasting before I go into it and light it up all the way. I feel that's, the best way to do it. I know people will say, oh, just use 1 match, or just use a cedar spill, or just use this, just use that. Light it up however you guys need to light it up. And I just kicked the microphone. I apologize.
And I'm gonna need a 3rd one. So again, I'm not the best at this by any means. At least not lighting with these little guys. We've got some bigger ones one of these days, and I'll show you that I can do it, I promise.
And it's starting out very nice. Lots of smoke coming out. Again, that's something that I look for in a cigar. It's not something that affects the flavor of a cigar. It's just something as a cigar smoker myself I like to see. If I don't see a lot of smoke, to me, it's kind of disappointing.
Absolutely. I don't see, excuse me, a smoke output on here.
I would think that'd be in the overall comments.
Makes sense. That's the only place you really could add it to. Yeah, so first, third, I think we should get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the first third, guys. We're gonna do our normal time-lapse photos. So we'll be back with you in just a minute and give you guys our thoughts on the first straw, or on the first third. We'll be back with you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so the first third is just about done, getting into the second third here. And as far as flavors go, we got a little bit of a difference of opinion on flavors. Mine opened up with a very, very nice earthy flavor, complemented by some roasted nuts, and capped off by a very, very powerful pepper spice, which I thought was really great. It cut through that earth and that nuttiness, and kind of kept it well balanced. In my opinion, I thought that was really, really nice.
Okay, I actually went for the entire first third. I didn't really do the initial draws. Because yeah, you're right, there was a lot of pepper in the beginning. But throughout the first third, the pepper wasn't the dominant note for me. I was getting more of a woodiness and a little bit of coffee. And then that dried fruit sweetness you were talking about earlier really kind of stuck around, just in the back. And then the pepper was a really nice thing to bring it all together. So I think the main difference between us is you got more woodiness than I did, and I got more of a coffee flavor.
Okay.
The more I'm tasting in my mouth, I think you might be right with the woody or the nuttiness. I concede it to you. Tip my non on my head hat right now. But either way, I'm very much enjoying it so far. The construction has been great.
Oh yeah.
How's your burn? Mine's great.
My burn line's just about razor sharp. no issues there. I only ashed it once. I thought I could have held out longer, but I didn't want to ash myself on camera, so I go ahead and knocked it off. Not flaky at all, still holding on very well, very white ash. Great smoke output on this guy, so overall, very, very well done so far off of the first third.
I would say like a medium full.
Definitely medium full. Yeah, it's definitely not a mild cigar. So do make sure you have something in your stomach before you start off on this guy. But no complaints whatsoever off the first third right now. So
Absolutely.
We'll go ahead and get into the second third, guys. We'll be back with you in just a second. Alright guys, so in the second third here, I did see a flavor change, or rather I tasted a flavor change. Couldn't physically see it.
You know, if you're getting so good, I bet you could.
Right, I can visually see the flavors changing. But for me, the spice was ramped way down. It's still there on the back of the palate, which is really nice, and the finish is very, very long. So you're still getting it in between draws, which is nice. But overall, it was a nutty sweetness, and I was introduced to that coffee, that roasted coffee flavor you were talking about.
I was gonna say almost the exact same thing. The nuttiness picked up. I'm getting a little bit more now, not just kind of deferring to you. Now I'm pretty much getting it in the second third. The coffeeness picked up for me quite a bit. The pepper's gone from me. I'm not really getting it in the back of my throat. Like you were speaking of, the pepper's just pretty much out of the picture right now. So not a bad thing. Especially with the other flavors.
Yeah. So really, really great. Again, I ashed it only once, not having any issues with the burn. Still great smoke output, so no complaints on that whatsoever. Go ahead and finish this out with the last third and the conclusion in just a second, guys. So stick with us, and we'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so we got to step a little away for a minute. I had to set up another show that we're getting ready to start here soon. All Things Film will be taking place live at 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. Yep.
7 o'clock. I'm sorry, I was checking out my watch and I was checking other stuff out too. But it's getting down for me to the last little bit here, so we're going to go ahead and do a conclusion now. For me, the last third was definitely some dark chocolate and coffee mixture in there, and the wood for me was more oaky than that cedar wood that we get before. So that's what I went with for that. And on the construction part, it has a space for the draw. I put that the draw was open, smooth, and it was a well-packed cigar, which led to that that nice draw characteristic that we got.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the best draws I get out of cigars, and that's pretty much throughout the entire Sinistro line.
Yeah, for the burn, I put sharp. That's all I could describe it as. It's just a sharp burn line. So that's what I went with there.
That's actually a great way to describe the sharp. Yeah, I'm stealing that.
As far as the ash went, I put it was white, solid, and not flaky. So a great ash. And as far as overall, I put that the strength was at a medium plus. I put that it was a great smoke output with a beautiful band. For those of you that are curious about the band, it's a nice matte black with the gloss red trim and the Sinistro insignia on it. I think it's a really great looking band. And I said it had a good hand feel to it. The way you were able to hold the cigar, the way it felt in the hand, thought it was great. And there's a spot here for drink pairing. I'm not going to put what we were pairing it with unless I'm pairing it with something, but I will put what I think it should go with. And for me, a possible suggestion of a drink pairing for this would be a double Johnny Walker Black on the rocks.
You know what? Yeah, that's an excellent call. I actually would have went with something with a little sweetness to it.
Some rum or something?
I was not my usual choice here. I was even thinking like a Jack Daniel's honey, because I've been seeing people mix drinks with that a little nicer.
Okay.
It's not my favorite sipping whiskey, but with a little bit of mix with some ice, something very cold and a little sweet to it would go great with this, because it's some very heavy, not heavy, but very bold flavors. So I think that would go well together.
So as far as the point scale goes, guys, for the appearance, I gave it 18 out of 20, flavor 36 out of 40, construction 28 out of 30, and the overall was a 9 out of 10, giving me a grand total score of 91 out of 100. So I'll find the appropriate cigar aficionado rating of what they call that rating, but for me, I gave it a 91 out of 100.
I could agree with that. I'll tally mine up later, so I don't take up too much of your time. That's the one you care about anyways, guys. I already know that. No hard feelings. I already know the answer to this because I mean, how many have we had of these?
Quite a few.
Would you buy this cigar again? Would you get another one of these?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. This is a cigar I enjoy quite often. I would recommend not for a novice cigar smoker, not for the beginner smoker. It's something you do want to build your tolerance of the strength up to, because it does get into that medium plus, almost a full strength cigar. Do make sure you have something to eat before. Other than that, it's just a great cigar, guys. So if you guys are in the area, you know, pick one up at your local shop, or you can order them online as well. And yeah, check out Sinistro Cigars, you guys.
You're gonna
make
love
some great product. So that'll do it for us on a review of the Sinistro Mr. Red. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook and at the Bakersfield Gentleman, on YouTube at the Bakersfield Gentleman, Instagram and Twitter at BacoGent661. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next live stream, which will be at 8 o'clock on Saturday. And don't forget to join us tomorrow at our grand opening for the entire studio. Kind of a meet and greet for all the different hosts. That'll be from 7 to 10 at our studio at 1649 Ellsworth Street, Suite 3, Bakersfield, California 93312. And again, for myself, the Bakersfield Gentleman, and my brother Miguel, we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one, guys.